Hertha Berlin used to be an established Bundesliga side, but since relegation in 2023, the old lady has fallen into mid-table obscurity in the Bundesliga 2. An 11th place and 9th place finish since relegation, followed by a poor start to this season. It's looking highly unlikely that Hertha are going to mount any kind of promotion push anytime soon. And for a team with 130 years of rich history, this is just not good enough. So today we are jumping into FC26. We are taking charge of Hertha Berlin with the ultimate end goal of winning them a Champions League trophy, but there will be some challenges in this rebuild when it comes to making transfers. So this is the Hertha Berlin team we have loaded into in FC26, and what is the obsession with 5 at the back in world football? It seems to be that every single team you use is starting off with a 5 at the back. Newsflash boys, Pep doesn't use it anymore. Now Hertha Berlin do actually start off with a really good squad for the Bundesliga 2. They have got probably the best striker in the league, arrey-mbi, 27-year-old, 75 rated striker, a leader of men, and he can play multiple positions. He is a fantastic player. And as well as this, boys, there's some really good young talent at Hertha Berlin, like Pascal Clemens, a 68 rated 20-year-old CDM who can also play centre-back. They've got Maurice Krattenmanscher in on loan from Bayern Munich, who's 20-year-old and 69 rated. He could be made into a permanent deal, that's for sure. And they've actually got a player who you might remember from our Rangers rebuild, Tajak Ernst, 22-year-old, 69 rated goalkeeper. He was a backup goalkeeper for us in that rebuild. So the squad is actually pretty good heading into the first season. We do have quite a few players out of contract at the end of the season though, and I'm not going to lie, lads, I think most of these players will probably get moved on because a lot of the players here aren't going to be starting games for us. Now, I'm really not a fan of 5 at the back formation, so this formation will definitely be getting changed. Now, we have altered the formation and the personnel in our starting lineup, and you know what, I've been a bit of an hypocrite here. We are actually going with a 3-5-2 formation. Now, I'm really not a fan of 5 at the back formations, but this is a lot more attacking than a flat 5 at the back. This formation allows us to get all of our quality young players into the starting 11, and it is actually still a strong side for Bundesliga 2 on paper as well. And we cannot come over to Germany and not play high pressing football, boys. The birthplace of the Gegenpress, popular coaches like Jurgen Klopp and Ralf Rangnick have adopted this style of play, and we are going to use it with Hertha Berlin. Now, Hertha Berlin do start off with 10 million euros in the bank account, but unfortunately the transfer window is actually closed in real life, so we're not allowed to make any signings in season 1. But I didn't say anything about making loan signings into a permanent deal, and that is what we're going to do straight off the bat. Maurice Krattenmanscher is a fantastic cam at 20-year-old and 69 rated, on loan from Bayern. We're going to make him a permanent signing. And Krattenmanscher is officially our player for 3.5 million, and this will be the only signing of season number 1. Now, when it comes to youth scouting on this channel, we always use your recommendations of what nations to scout, and for this season we are going with this comment. We're going to be scouting Burkina Faso, and we are going to be looking for goalkeepers while we're over in Africa. Now, due to the fact there won't be any signings in season 1, our starting 11 is in fact locked in for season number 1. We're looking at a really decent team here on paper. Let's simulate forward straight through to the end of season number 1. I'm intrigued to see how we actually get on. So we have arrived at the end of season 1, lads, but how have Hertha Berlin got on? Well, we have finished 3rd in the Bundesliga 2, missing out on automatic promotion to the Bundesliga by just 1 point. But this does mean we will play in the relegation playoff against a team who finished 16th in the Bundesliga, and the winner will progress on to the Bundesliga. And we would lose the relegation playoff to Hamburger 2-1, boys, meaning we are staying in the Bundesliga 2. It's absolutely heartbreaking, but we were just 1 point off automatic promotion this season. We can nail the signings. I can see no reason why we can't go for that league title. And in the Pokal, boys, we would make the quarterfinals, but unfortunately lost to Heidenheim 2-1. I think our performance on the pitch this season has been very impressive. Now, before we check the team, boys, obviously the contracts are still messed up in FC26. We've had to cash in on a few players who wouldn't sign new deals. The likes of Marius Gersbeck, Mikhail Carbonic and Diego Demme all had to be sold as they all wouldn't sign new deals. We've loaned out a youngster, lost 3 players as well in Paul Seguin, John Brooks and Bilal Hussein. And to add insult to injury, boys, Linus Gekcher, our young centre-back who's really promising, has handed in a transfer request as well. He's going to need replacing in season 2, but become a serious victim to the FC26 contract curse in this rebuild so far. So it's a good thing that our starting 11 is actually looking pretty strong going into the second season. Where do we need to improve this team though? Well, we need a new right centre-back as Gekcher will be leaving. He's handed in a transfer request. We're going to have to bring in the new striker because Kaunaki's loan is expiring. He's going back to his parent club. club. I don't know how much money we're going to get. We are going to have to bring in some rotation players as we've had our squad decimated. So I think if we focus on signing a right centre-back and striker and then bring some free agents and loans in to fill the squad out, that should hopefully see us with enough firepower to get into the Bundesliga. Now, in terms of stats this season, Fabian Riese absolutely carried us, boys. 27 goals and 9 assists in 37 games. If you look through the rest of the squad, lads, he has seriously carried us this season. Hopefully no bids come in for him because we really need to keep him. So we have arrived in season number 2, boys, and we've got a very good budget of 21 million euros. So a right centre-back and striker are top priorities in this transfer window. Given the fact we've got such a good budget, I may look to bring in a central midfielder to replace Jensen. Let's now head out into the transfer window and see who we can sign. But this is where the first challenge of the rebuild does come in. As this is our first proper transfer window of the rebuild, we will only be able to sign German players in this transfer window. So boys, we have had a pretty busy start to our transfer window, making 4 new signings, and I think they're all really good signings. The first player we signed was a backup winger, Christian Conte. Joins us on a 4-year deal, 26-year-old, 6 foot, not the strongest player, just in to give us a little bit of depth on our bench. We then brought in a new striker, and it's a signing I'm very excited about. Max Murstedt has joined us from Lyon for 4 million euros. 20-year-old, 70 rated, 6 foot 4, absolute beast of a striker with great potential in FC26. I'm hoping Murstedt and Riese can fire in the goals in season 2 that get us to the Bundesliga. We then brought in a centre-back, boys. Bright array-mbi joined us from Braga for 7 million euros. Real statement signing. 23-year-old, 73 rated, left-footed and 6 foot 2 with really good pace and defensive stats. He's also got really good potential, and I feel like he'll play a big role in getting us to the Bundesliga. And then for our final signing of season number 2, this one just made sense to me. We have brought arrey-mbi back to Hertha Berlin where it all started. He's 25-year-old, 27 rated, 6 foot 2 with really well-rounded stats. Some Bundesliga sides were even in for him. He can play all across midfield, a great utility player. He signs on a 3-year deal, and I think we have made 4 excellent signings, and we are definitely ready to push on and get into the Bundesliga. And we have still got the matter of sending out our youth scouts, and for season 2 we are going with this comment. We are going to be scouting Armenia, and Nate wants us to look for the next Henrik Mkhitaryan, so we are going to be looking for wingers and attacking midfielders. Now after those signings, we are left with 6 million euros in the bank and could be selling a few players, so we maybe still have time to make one more signing. Now there has been a little bit of movement out of the club as well in this transfer window. Leon Jensen has gone to St. Pauli for 2.3 million. We have also loaned out 3 young players who aren't quite ready to play first team for us yet, but it's looking unlikely any more business will take place in season 2, so I'm saying our transfer window is now done, meaning this will be the starting 11 that takes us into season number 2, and it's looking so much better already on paper. A good couple of Bundesliga standard players in this team, some young players who will keep developing. I'm really confident we are going to get promoted this season. Our starting 11 is locked in for season 2, but as of right now I don't think there's anything else we can do but simulate forward straight through to the end of season number 2. Hopefully come the end of the season, Hertha Berlin are back in the Bundesliga. So we have arrived at the end of season number 2, boys, and we have been promoted to the Bundesliga as we have won the Bundesliga 2 with ease, boys, finishing 16 points clear of second place Heidenheim, winning 25 games, only losing 3, scoring 75 goals. We put on a show this season. We are more than ready to take on the Bundesliga. But we weren't as good in the Pokal, boys, knocked out in the second round by Maidenberg 2-1. But putting cup disappointment to one side, our starting 11 is looking very good going into the Bundesliga. We definitely need to make 1 or 2 adjustments to this team in order to definitely stay up. I'm thinking I want to bring a new centre-back in and right midfielder heading into the Bundesliga. If we have any more money after that, I do want to improve this bench a little bit because quite a few of these players are leaving as they've not renewed their contracts. I think if we can bring in a centre-back, right midfielder and a few backup players, we'll be more than capable of staying in the Bundesliga. We just need the board to back us again and give us a decent transfer budget. Now at the end of the season, we are losing these 3 players. Real shame to lose Gekcha on a free. That bug really not helping us out at the minute. But in terms of stats this season, we did score a lot of goals in the league, but it was really well shared out amongst the entire squad. Riese was our best player despite having an injury, getting 17 goals and 6 assists. But after that, boys, the goals were really nicely shared out across the entire squad, which is really nice to see. So we have arrived in season number 3, boys, and we have got 30 million euros to improve our team, which is a really good budget. But this season's challenge is going to make things really difficult this season. We cannot sign any players from Europe's top 5 leagues. That means we cannot sign anyone from the Premier League, Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, or for La Liga. They have to say our scouts are going to be working overtime in this transfer window. Now, we have made 4 new signings in this transfer window, boys. 2 free agent signings, 1 signing from the rest of the world, and 1 signing from the Saudi League. Let's go through the free agents first. The first player we signed was Sergio Barcia, a 71 rated 26-year-old 6'1" centre-back, literally just been brought in as a rotation option. We then also brought in a backup striker. Rafa Mir is in a 3-year deal. He is 30-year-old 72 rated, decent striker to be fair at 6'3". Again, just a rotation option, something to bring off the bench. Now on to our first cash signing, and this was from the rest of the world. Taras Mike Havkor has joined us from Dynamo Kiev, 10 million euros. He is 22-year-old 75 rated, 6'2", and also left-footed. Really good young centre-back who's got good potential as well. He's going straight into our starting 11. And now time for our marquee signing of season number 3, and we invested 14 million euros into this transfer. 23-year-old Caio Cesar, 77 rated right midfielder, really good attacking stats, really good at dribbling, really fast. Signed from the Saudi League, this is a massive upgrade in the right midfield position, and it's got good potential in FC26 as well. And after those signings, we are left with 950 grand in the bank, lads, so it looks really unlikely we're going to make another signing in this window, which means as of right now, without any sales, this will be the Hertha Berlin team to take us into season 3. We've got a really good team on paper. I think we're going to be in no danger of going down this season. There's definitely going to be 3 worse teams than us in the Bundesliga, I hope anyway. And if there's no more sales at all in this transfer window, that means our starting 11 is officially locked in. We are going to be looking to loan out some of our young players, by the way. Now, we have got just enough money in our bank account to do some youth scouting this season, and for this season we are going with this comment: we are going to be scouting Pakistan. While we're in Pakistan, we are going to be looking for strikers, wingers and centre-backs. So a few players have also left the club in this transfer window, boys. We've sold a few players who probably won't accept new contracts this season. So the likes of Sebastian Gronin, Christian Conte and Augustin Rogel have all been sold, raising around 5 million euros. We've also loaned out 2 youngsters with the view to gaining some experience at another club. Now, that does leave us with 6 million euros in the bank, but I don't think this is going to help us make a significant signing. We might as well just leave it to one side for coaches and contracts if people actually want the contracts renewing. So that is going to be our transfer window done for season number 3. We are taking a really decent team into the Bundesliga this season. Will it be enough though, boys? The only way to find out is by simulating forward straight through to the end of the season. So we have arrived at the end of season number 3, lads, and this season has actually taken me by surprise because we have finished 6th in the Bundesliga, securing Europa Conference League football. Finished on 52 points. We were only 8 points off the Champions League places. This is a seriously impressive season for a newly promoted side. I knew we were taking quite a good team into the Bundesliga, but this has definitely surprised me, and I think that does mean we have got Conference League football secured for season 4. However, in the Pokal, we would reach the 3rd round and unfortunately narrowly lose on penalties to RB Leipzig. So this is the Hertha Berlin team that has secured us Conference League football for season 4, and it's a very good team on paper. But as always, boys, there are areas we can improve, and in season 4 I will be looking to bring a new left midfielder into the club to replace Winkler. He is now 25-year-old and only 76 rated. His development has slowed down by quite a bit, and if we have any money remaining, because I don't know what kind of budget we're going to be working with, I'm going to look to bring in a central midfielder to replace Kunsar. He's 28-year-old, 77 rated, and his development's just stopped. I wouldn't mind bringing a few players in for our bench as well, boys. We are definitely lacking some quality outside the starting 11. Again, it's completely dependent on how much money we actually get given. Now, once again this season, Fabian Riefer was our top scorer, getting 17 goals. He was amazing. Muirstead got 10 goals and 2 assists, but then after that, boys, not really many goals from the rest of the squad. So we have arrived in season 4 and we have been given 34 million euros to improve our team, which is a decent budget to be fair. I think we'll only be able to sign a left midfielder in this window though. But it's not going to be plain sailing in this transfer window, boys. We do have a challenge. We can only sign players from 2nd division sides in this transfer window. This is going to be difficult. So we have made 2 new signings in this transfer window, 1 free agent and 1 2nd division left midfielder, and it was very difficult to find a good left midfielder with this challenge. Now, the first player we signed was a free agent central midfielder who's been brought in to be a backup. Miguel Roman, 25-year-old, 75 rated, really decent stats, pretty well-rounded player. Will do a job off the bench going into the new season, and for a cheap option I think it's actually a pretty good signing. And then it was really difficult to find a quality left midfielder from a 2nd division side, but we did eventually find one. We landed on Jadon Philogene of Ipswich Town, who we signed for 22 million euros. He is 26-year-old, 80 rated, can play on both wings. He's got really good stats. instantly becomes one of the best players at the club, and he has still got a little bit of potential as well. Could end up being an absolute bargain, this signing. I do think Roman and Philogene definitely improve the average overall of the squad. These are two solid signings. So in season 4, I think it's time we send our youth scouts to Germany, and we are going to be looking for young players to make up the spine of our team. So in this transfer window, boys, we have also seen some players leave the club. 4 players left for cash deals. Tim Hoffman, Izan Mabodje, Gustav Christensen and Clement Montes all left the club and raised around 6 million euros, and we have sent a few youngsters out on loan as well, with a few more youngsters to follow. Now, with no more transfers expected in this transfer window, I'm going to call our transfer window done, meaning this is going to be the Hertha Berlin team to take us into season 4. We are definitely building a really strong team here on paper. Multiple players above 80 rated with arrey-mbi and Pratenmacher looking like our best 2 players on paper. My goal again for this season is to literally just get European football. Our starting 11 is now locked in for the new season. Our bench is looking decent as well. It's a really exciting project we are building at Hertha Berlin at the minute. And as we can see, boys, we didn't qualify for the Conference League. We're actually in the Europa League this season. But you know what? I don't really know what to expect in this competition. If we can get to the knockout phase, I'll be really happy. There's nothing left we can do in season 4 but simulate forward straight through to the end of the season. I'm really intrigued to see how we actually get on in Europe. So we have arrived at the end of season number 4, lads, and we have actually finished 4th in the Bundesliga, lads, and you know what that means. Champions League football is coming to Hertha Berlin. And what else does that bring with it? A lot of money, boys. We should be looking at a fantastic budget in season number 5. Now, we would reach the DFB Pokal quarterfinals, but unfortunately we lost to Stuttgart 1-0. And looking at the teams who remained in the tournament, this was a fantastic chance for us to win that tournament. And in the Europa League, lads, we did reach the round of 16. We pushed Chelsea all the way, but unfortunately they beat us 4-3 over 2 legs. No shame in that, boys. It just goes to show we are heading in the right direction. So a fantastic season on the pitch, and our starting 11 is now starting to look very, very strong. We have got multiple players in this starting 11 who are more than Champions League standard. Muersted is 79 rated and 23-year-old. If he doesn't have a good season of growth for this season, he could be replaced in season 5. There's one position in the team that I definitely want to improve, and that is left central midfield, boys. Croissant is 29-year-old and 78 rated. He's not going to get much better. His growth has stopped. We're going to be looking to invest the bulk of our money next season into a central midfielder. I mean, and if we have any money remaining after that, I'm going to look to improve the bench wherever I can. Now, in terms of stats this season, it was actually Muersted who was one of our best players, getting 19 goals and 4 assists. However, Pratenmacher and Riese were fantastic, both getting 17 goals. Really impressive how the players performed this season. We really ramped it up. And there's more good news before we head into season 5, boys. The board have said in an unexpected event we can take whatever money we have left in the transfer kitty into season 5, and we've got 11 million pounds in the bank. So we've arrived in season 5, boys, and we have got 51 million euros in the bank, which should be enough to sign a central midfielder. And we will look to the free agents list to bring 1 or 2 players in for our bench as well. But don't go thinking just because we've qualified for the Champions League there's no challenge this season. In this transfer window, we will not be allowed to sign anyone who is higher rated than our top 3 rated players at the club. And our 3 top rated players are Bright arrey-mbi at 86 rated, Pratenmacher at 84 rated, and Kayo Cesar at 83 rated, meaning in this transfer window the maximum overall of a player we can sign is 82 rated. And we have got our man, boys. We have signed Yuri Regia from Ajax for 43 million euros. He's 25-year-old, 82 rated, really well-rounded stats, can play centre mid, CDM and right back, really versatile player. He fits the quota to be able to be signed because he's 82 rated. I think this is a fantastic signing and a massive step in the right direction. But after signing Regia, we are left with just 6 million euros in the bank. We're going to have one look on the free agents list, see if we can bring anyone in. But another cash signing is looking highly unlikely in this transfer window. And we have managed to sign a backup striker, boys. Ale Garcia joins us from the free agents list. He's 26-year-old, 75 rated, decent player, can play on both wings as well as up front. Will be a decent option off the bench, and I'm pretty happy with this signing, to be honest. So it looks likely that Regia will be the only change to the starting 11 this season. Our team is looking really strong. Muerstedt's the only player below 80 rated, but I'm really confident come the end of the season he will be above 80 rated. So I'm not expecting to sell anyone in the starting 11 in this transfer window, so as of right now the team is locked in for season 5. However, if we do get a big bid coming for one of our players, we could be tempted to sell them. Now, there has actually been one final signing of season number 5, boys, and I think we've done a really good bit of business. We saw that Axel Disasi was listed for transfer by Chelsea, so we've signed him for 8 million euros. He's 78 rated, 31-year-old, really experienced and decent defender. Will be a really good backup option heading into the Champions League. He can play centre-back, right-back and right mid. Looking at his stats, not convinced he can actually play right mid. We've sold a few players as well, boys. Croissant has left the club for 16.5 million. We have have loaned out to our mini and youngsters. We are also looking to loan out some more youth players, which we're going to do off camera. Now, I can't really see any more major business taking place in season 5, so we're going to keep our transfer window short and sweet. I'm just really excited to see how we get on in the Champions League, boys, so we're simulating forward straight through to the end of the season and bring on the Champions League. So we have arrived at the end of season number 5, boys. How have we got on? Well, we have finished second in the Bundesliga, boys, on 72 points. Ultimately, 11 points behind tabletop-in Borussia Dortmund, but we did win 21 games. We only lost 4 times. We were the league's top scorers, which is really good to see. Goes to show we are one entertaining side. We have once again secured Champions League football for season number 6. And we have also secured our first trophy of the rebuild, boys. We have beaten Union Berlin in the Pokal final 4-2. Can you believe it was a Berlin derby in the Pokal final? That is crazy. What a way to win our first major trophy of the rebuild. And in the Champions League this season, we would make the round of 16 and ultimately lose to Real Madrid 6-5 over 2 legs. We really pushed them all the way. I'm really proud of our performance in the Champions League. And the team is starting to look really, really strong on paper, boys. We've genuinely got some world-class players in our starting 11, but we definitely need to make some improvements. And I think I'm going to be pooling all of our resources next season into signing a new centre-back to replace Mike Avco. He's 25-year-old, 81 rated. He has been a decent player for us. He's shown good growth. I'm genuinely willing to pool all our money into signing a centre-back. Now, at the end of the season, we are losing Rafa Mir and Tim Gola. They've been okay servants to the club. And in terms of stats this season, we did bang in the goals, and I love to see it. Our strikers were both amazing this season. Fabian Risa has been absolutely amazing in this rebuild. So we have now arrived in season number 6, boys, and we have got 59 million euros in the bank. We should be able to make an upgrade in the centre-back position, but I won't be expecting much business after that. And just before I forget, boys, we did sell a player last season. Rinkler left the club, sold him for 10 million euros. Now this season, lads, there is no challenge. We can sign whoever we want in this window. And we have managed to sign a centre-back, boys, and I'm really happy with the business we've done, as we have signed Levi Colwill from Chelsea for 47 million euros. He is 84 rated, 27-year-old, 6'2", and left-footed, so he should slot nicely into the left side of our back three. Really, really good stats as well, boys. Can actually pass and dribble, which is really, really good. I think for 47 million euros, this is a fantastic signing. However, boys, we are left with just 5 million euros after making this signing. Another signing's looking really unlikely. Now, some more transfer business has taken place, boys. We have sold 2 players who were part of the first team squad. Kevin Sessa's gone to Swansea for 4.9 million, and Martin Dade has left the club to Lens for 10.8 million, and that has enabled us to make one more signing. We've brought in a replacement for Sessa. Mamadou Koulibaly is in from Monaco for 5 million euros because he was transfer listed. 26-year-old, 75 rated, decent stats, will be a decent player off the bench. He's literally just been brought in to replace Sessa. I've also loaned out a few of our younger players, boys. We could still loan some more players out, but in terms of big business in this transfer window, I don't think anything else is going to happen. So we're kicking off season 6 with a narrow loss in the Franz Beckenbauer Super Cup to Borussia Dortmund. We lost 3-2 in a very exciting game. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come in season 6. So we have arrived at the end of the transfer window, boys, and no further business has taken place, meaning this is going to be the Hertha Berlin team to take us into season 6. It's amazing on paper, boys. Full of world-class players. Really excited to see how we get on this season. This starting 11 is now locked in for season number 6. And with our transfer window done, there's nothing left to do but simulate forward straight through to the end of the season. Can we add some more trophies to our trophy cabinet? But we have arrived at the end of season number 6, lads. How have we got on? Well, we have only gone and won the Bundesliga, boys, finally, and we've done it in style. Winning 27 of our 34 games, only losing 5 times, and finishing 13 points clear of Bayer Leverkusen in second place. That is a Bundesliga trophy added to the trophy cabinet. What a performance from Hertha this season. And what a way to get brought straight back down to earth, boys. Lost in the Pokal second round to Wolfsburg 3-2. Our defence of this trophy was a bit of a disaster. But boys, we have only gone and made the Champions League final in just our second season as a Champions League club. We'll be taking on Barcelona. We were very impressive in the league phase, boys, finishing 7th out of all the sides, meaning we went straight to the round of 16, where we would take on Monaco and we would beat them 6-4 in a very entertaining tie over 2 legs. And then in the quarterfinals, we would meet Real Madrid for the second year in a row, but this time we would beat them, as we beat them 4-3 over 2 legs, which would set up a semi-final against Arsenal. And after losing the home leg 2-1, we went to the Emirates and beat Arsenal 2-0 to secure a Champions League final against Barcelona. And this is where things do get interesting, boys, because this is the team we are taking into the Champions League final. It's a very strong team, but it's definitely not the strongest we've ever took into a final. We usually have at least 2 290 rated players for every single final. Don't have a single one heading into this one. We put youngster Mendy into the team as he's got excellent potential. He's only 20-year-old and he's already 83 rated, meaning Ernst dropped to the bench, who is actually 1 overall point higher. So I'm going to make a change just for this final. Ernst is going into play. But in terms of stats this season, Fabian Riese was unbelievable again. 32 goals and 9 assists. And you know what's coming, boys. The Hall of Fame inductee for the Hertha Berlin rebuild is absolutely going to be Fabian Riese. He has been unbelievable in this rebuild. Literally carried us in some seasons. And how fitting would it be if he was to score the winning goal in the Champions League final? Now, I am a little bit nervous heading into this final because I feel like Barcelona are going to have a really strong team. And they've already got a 92 rated attacking midfielder. Fati, 95 rated Yamal. Wow. 93 rated Pedri. I'd probably say we've got the strongest centre-backs out of the two teams, but their attacking options and midfielders are unbelievable. They've got probably the best player in the game in Yamal. Well, we are playing live from the Bernabeu, lads. Hopefully that'll go in our favour. I think this is going to be a really difficult final. Right, we need to be strong in possession and not give the ball away. Have a shot from distance here, and it's an easy save for John Garcia. First shot of the game is for us. Oh no.
Nope.
Oh, who's he missed? What a chance for Barcelona. I'm going to go for a spread here, Bellegine, and that is absolutely dreadful. That's exactly what we don't need in this final. Oh no. No. Save it. He's put it over the bar. Oh my God, what a chance for Barcelona. Right on the stroke of half time. How big could that miss be? I genuinely cannot believe that miss, boys. We've not actually had a chance in this game yet. We need to actually try and create something. This is our biggest spell of pressure though in the entire game, and just to add insult to injury, Barcelona bring Gavi on. Tackle. Kyle Cesar. What a ball. Reefer's onside. Oh, the cross is dreadful. So we're now at the 70-minute mark, boys. We've been much better in the second half, but we're still struggling to create a clear-cut chance, should I say. Whipped in. That's a free header. Oh my God, Murstadt. Come on, this is the last chance. Meyer. Penalty ref. Oh, he's never going to get given, is it? Extra time coming, boys, for the second time in successive rebuilds. We're playing well though, boys. I do feel like we're creating chances. We just need to actually take one. What a ball by Regia. Philogene. Give me a sweat option, please. There is one. There is one. There is one. Take it a bit closer. There you go. What's that pass? It's in though, boys. Kyle Cesar gives us the lead in the 105th minute of this game. His first goal in the Champions League this season, and what a time to get it. We have got to hold on for 1 15-minute half of extra time, and we will be the champions of Europe. No. What a save by Ernst. Well done, lad. Well done. And there's the full-time whistle, lads. We have beaten Barcelona 1-0 in the Champions League final. I'm sorry for the lack of highlights. It was a very, very dull game, to be honest. And it actually took a sweaty goal to break the deadlock and hand us the Champions League trophy. Now, all that is left to do, boys, is lift the Champions League trophy. It'll be arrey-mbi to do the honours. What a story. And Hertha Berlin are the champions of Europe. So just want to say a massive thank you for watching the video, boys. If you have enjoyed it, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It does really help me out. We are making great progress towards 10,000 subscribers. I'll see you in the next one.